Hey folks, so in this video, I want to explain this tool called Bookmap to you. Now, this is going to be in Thinkorswim. Now, if you go right here, you can see this tab right here. It's called Bookmap. So right here, I'm going to charts. This is a chart of Apple. And then right here, I'm looking at the Bookmap on Apple. So Bookmap is actually free for 3 ticker symbols. So all you guys need to do is you just need to call support. So, if you go to the top of your Thinkorswim tab, all the way at the top, there's going to be this little headset button. It's going to be called support. You just need to basically call them up, and then you need to let them know, hey, can you activate Bookmap for me? I want the free trial version. And what they're going to do is they're going to give you basically Bookmap that's going to be available for 3 tickers. It's going to be available for Apple, Microsoft, which is right here, and then it's going to be available for ES, which is S&P 500 mini futures. So ES right there. So as you guys can see, I got Bookmap right here too. So I got Bookmap for 3 pretty good tickers in my opinion. Like I would say that you don't actually need to purchase the actual thing. You're pretty much set with just the 3 free tickers because those 3 free tickers tell you a lot of information. So for example, let me just walk you through this. It looks very, very complicated. So right here is basically the legend. So you guys can see, dark blue all the way at the end and then bright orange all the way up here. So bright orange is basically telling you where all of the liquidity is kind of sitting around. So if we're just looking at ES, which is the S&P 500 mini futures, then you can see all of these contracts over here on the side. So all these numbers right here, this is representing the amount of contracts. So you can clearly see that at this 4070 level, there is some buying demand right here, just sitting here. So you see that painted yellow. So there's this painted yellow bar right here. Now, right here, this area right there, that is where price action is currently at. So at this point in time, contracts are getting absorbed both on the buy side and on the sell side. So, there's people trying to get rid of contracts up here, and below that, people are trying to buy contracts. So red is the people who are trying to sell. Green is the people who are trying to buy. So you can also see right here, based off this light yellow shade, we're looking right around here on the legend. And as you guys can see, this dark orange, that's right around here. So clearly this, the buying volume down here is exceeding the selling volume up here. And you can see that with the numbers right there. It's 289 right there, and it's 221 right there. So you can also just kind of consolidate this view. So you can kind of zoom out a little bit, and you can see more price action. But then you're going to notice right here that the numbers, right now we're going by 250. It goes by 5 if I consolidate even more. So if you want a more detailed view, all you have to do is you just have to zoom in a little bit. And this gives you a very detailed view. And like I said, we see demand right here at 4070. And we see demand for selling demand right around this, let's see, right around this 4091.25 level. So this is kind of giving you an idea of how Bookmap works. Now, we can also see for individual stocks as well. So, right here, these are all shares. So as we can see, right now we're in the after hours, so we're not seeing a whole lot of action. But I do want to show you kind of how you can use this intraday. So I'm going to show you a chart of Apple right now. So let's go over to the 1 year, 1 day. So as you guys can see, we're in this rising wedge structure right here. But notice that Apple is pretty much sitting right on this bottom structure right here. Now let's go over to the minute chart. So if I'm going over to the 1 day, 1 minute, you guys can clearly see what's going on here. That trend line that we saw earlier, this is what's going on. You can see a very clear rejection that we had at the end of the day. Now, what did Bookmap look like on Apple at the end of the day right here? So I actually took a screenshot of this so you guys can clearly see it. So it looks crazy. I know it looks crazy, but look what's going on right here. So 164.15. There was a ton of shares right here just sitting there to be sold. But then you can see that there is also a fair amount of buyers here at 163.70. Now, once we get up to this 164.15 level, there's essentially what you call a sell wall. There's a lot of people trying to get rid of supply. And, the more we revisit that, the more this wall is getting absorbed. So, if you see 164.15 getting tapped multiple times, eventually, all that liquidity right there gets sucked up. And then we go over to the next level of the liquidity where, you see a little bit more selling pressure. So what happened when we hit this 164.15 level? Well, let's go back over to the charts. So right here, if we're going back over to that 1 minute chart, this is what happened. End of the day, we rallied, we hit this 164.20-ish level, but like I said, that 164.15 level was a sell wall. So you're seeing a lot of selling coming in right here, and then essentially that all got absorbed, and then the buying didn't exceed the selling, which is why we had this flush kind of at the end of the day. So I hope this kind of explains Bookmap for you. And, if you're on Thinkorswim, definitely get this. It's free. And like I said, you get those 3 free tickers. It's ES, it's Microsoft, and it's Apple. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video and have a good one.